Good morning. Welcome to my weekly report on current real estate matters for week ending August 2nd. My name is Rupa Nampally, Realtor with Remax One. The total number of mortgage loans in forbearance declined by 6 points from 7.8% the previous week to 7.74%, making the sixth consecutive week of declines, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans in forbearance likewise continued to drop this week for the seventh week in a row to 5.49% from 5.64% the previous week. Ginnie Mae loans forbearance, however, increased slightly last week from 10.26% the week prior to 10.27%. Portfolio loans and private label securities also increased from 10.41% the previous week to 10.53%. Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at Mortgage Bankers Association said in a statement, Ginnie Mae's portfolio saw an uptick of both loans in forbearance and borrowers requesting forbearance. The high level of unemployment claims in recent weeks may be playing a role, as a weakness would likely impact Ginnie Mae's portfolio first. However, many homeowners stand to lose federal unemployment benefits that had been enacted through the CARES Act, which are set to expire at the end of July. Until the government issues another stimulus package, the total forbearance numbers could potentially reverse course and start to rise again once individuals no longer have the boost to their income. The real estate market slowed significantly in March, April, and May, where we truly saw sales dry up. But take a look at the June numbers. Annualized sales growth still down by 11.3%, but it's far better than it was month over month. We saw a 21% jump in sales. That's the biggest monthly increase since National Association of Realtors started collecting data back in 1968. To make sense of the current real estate market is the Windermere's chief economist, James Gardner. According to him, 20 years of data show current listing activity not just at a two-decade low, but at its lowest level in a generation. In June, there were just 1.5 million homes for sale in the US. As the graph shows, we did not have such low inventory in housing history like the June 2020 market. When we look at it a little differently, the 12-month change in listing shows market that's even tighter than we saw back in 2017. According to Gardner, sales were hit because there were fewer buyers, but of greater consequences is the fact that there was nothing to buy. But even with little choice, 500,000 homes closed in June, the greatest number monthly closings since last August. Even with the pandemic, annual US homes price growth never turned negative, even if the monthly drop in May led to annual price growth coming in at its lowest level since we emerged from the housing recession in 2012. According to Gardner's Futurecast, there will be price appreciation of 4.3% this year. These are very unique times and significant uncertainty remains, but housing is performing relatively well. And as per Gardner, housing will lead us out of the current economic contraction. Sales will continue to recover in most markets and will only be held back because of lack of supply. The pending home sales index, a forward-looking indicator of future sales based on contract signings, continued its strong recovery, climbing 16.6% month over month and 6.3% year over year in June. The index compiled by National Association of Realtors reached 116 in June, with an index level of 100 being equal to contract activity in 2001. The increase in pending home sales comes from the heels of May record-setting 44% month-over-month gain. It is quite surprising and remarkable that in the midst of global pandemic, contract activities for home purchases is higher compared to 1 year ago. NAR's chief economist Lauren Youth said in a statement, consumers are taking advantage of record low mortgage rates resulting from Federal Reserve's maximum liquidity monetary policy. Yun expressed existing home sales to only decline by 3% and new home sales to actually rise by 3%, despite the housing market pause at the highest of the COVID-19. As per Auto Group, unsold inventory has declined month on month down to just 27,000 homes on the market in New Jersey at the end of June. This is a 37% decrease from 1 year ago. Inventory is likely to increase in the coming weeks and months as increased home buyer traffic attributes to urban flight from New York City draws more sellers back into the market. This increase in demand, which also occurred after 9/11 terrorist attacks, is translating to increased purchase offers, and some multiple bids is occurring from the entry-level homes all the way up to the super luxury sector. To the economist's surprise, because this level wasn't expected, unemployment is actually looking like it's heading down as the market reopens, with jobless claims dropping consistently since mid-April. Businesses are rehiring at least some of their workforce, which has created a significant bump in unemployment from April. That said, unemployment isn't going down especially quickly, and with COVID-19 rates rising, it's now foreseeable that more bankruptcies for small and medium-sized companies will be coming as their PPP loans dry up, hampering the comeback of the local job markets. According to Mortgage Bankers Association Senior Vice President and Chief Economist, mortgage rates remained near record lows for conventional loans last week, and refinances in the conventional sector continue to slightly increase. This trend, along with the fact that average loan sizes are increasing, indicating that prospective first-time home buyers are being impacted more by the rising economic stress caused by the resurgence in COVID cases, as well as the uncertainty on how the next round of government support will take shape. In regards to GDP growth, as expected, economic activity collapsed in the second quarter due to total virus lockdown in April and only partial reopenings in May. The GDP contraction of 33% on an annualized basis is the steepest ever experienced in the US. Even with the stimulus and enhanced unemployment benefits, consumer spending collapsed by massive 35%. Businesses spending also collapsed by 27%. Even residential investment comprising home sales, home building, and remodeling activity dropped by nearly 40%. If you are planning to downsize, upgrade your home, or ready to purchase your home, please call me at 732-397-9185 or visit my website at ruparealtor.com. I would be happy to help you navigate the rough waters of the real estate process and be with you every step of the way. Have a nice weekend.